Hey there, welcome to my very first YouTube subscriber giveaway video. And the book that I have decided to give away is a copy of Invincible Iron Man #1. So stay tuned, we're going to take a look at this book, grade it together, and I will share with you the details on how you can win this book from me. All right, so how can you win this book? And first of all, I wanted to just say a big thank you for subscribing and watching this video and my other videos. I've been having a lot of fun with these. It's really helped me as a collector and a fan of comic books and MCU and DC and all of the properties and the Disney Plus shows and movies. I've just been thoroughly enjoying I don't know, it's like fourth or fifth, sixth run at this hobby over the course of my life, and I've just been having so much fun with it. And so I appreciate you kind of sharing some of my insanity and certainly my enjoyment of the hobby along the way. And so what I want to do is I want to certainly give away a book to show my appreciation, but also to find more people in the community to share the hobby with. So the instructions to enter this is simply just leave a comment on this video. That's really all I want you to do. And then once I reach 100 subscribers, I will take all of the individuals that commented uniquely. So if you post multiple comments, that's one entry. And if you have commented on this video, then on the 100 subscriber video that I will do in the future, I will randomize everyone that's commented on this video, contact the single winner, and go ahead and send the book out. So you don't have to like this video, you don't have to like my other videos, you don't have to subscribe or put in specific comments, but just know that once I reach 100 subscribers, I'll go ahead and give the book away. And now, why did I choose this book? Obviously, Riri is a big deal. She's been a big deal for quite some time now. But specifically, we know that Ironheart is coming. We know that she's going to make an appearance in Black Panther 2. We have seen on the internet the actress that is playing Riri. She was spotted at MIT. So she's definitely in the Black Panther 2 movie. And she's going to be a very integral part. You see Marvel, they are casting younger actors for their roles in hopes to have more of a long-term run. So when you're thinking about Ironheart, Ms. Marvel, America Chavez, you're starting to think about those characters. Marvel is thinking long-term. And with going with maybe not your biggest star to play your biggest hero, what's nice is you can sign them for longer contracts. So we know that Riri is going to be a big part of the MCU. Iron Man is my favorite character of all time. I started to look at Ironheart and Riri Williams when I came back into the hobby. And this was a book that I picked up a while back as one of the sort of me kind of trying to modernize my own collection and really modernize my appreciation for characters and content and so on, and really just trying to take a look at some of the storylines and issues and characters that I missed. So I picked up this book as sort of one of the first books I got when I got back into the hobby in late 2019, early 2020. So it's significant for me, and also want to kind of give that away as sort of this milestone achievement of getting 100 subscribers, because I feel like there's a lot of things going for it. I think it's a desirable book right now. I think the fair market value as I speak is about $30 on it. It'll be interesting. Do we want to see if we can speculate and say, will that book, the one I'm giving away, will it reach $100 by the time I get 100 subscribers? I don't really know. Possibly. Certainly there's a lot of different Riri books that are hot right now in the market. But this one in particular, this is the first print, by the way. There's a second print where Invincible Iron Man is in blue. That is the one that is scorching hot right now, really hard to find. But the first print, still very cool, with her on the cover in the Ironheart armor. So let's take this book out of the bag and board and we can grade it together. That is one thing that I feel like I've gotten better at. You could see some of my CGC unboxing videos. I'm not a perfect comic book grader, as you could see with some of those 9.0s and 9.6s that I got. But for the most part, in general, I consider myself a pretty educated comic book grader. So let's take a look at this book and kind of go through it and see if we can pick out any flaws or not, and see what kind of grade would we give this book. And then this is the book that I will give away when I reach 100 subscribers. So let's take a look at it. All right, here we go. Let's get this out of the bag and board. I'll turn this over. So let's take a look together and go through. And again, if you're familiar with my channel, I really love grading books, collecting books, and I try and make sure that every book is unique in terms of when I purchase the book, what the grade I assign it to is, and just keeping track of the history of the purchase and when I added it to the collection, and just all aspects of it, story, character, art, you name it. So I'm just kind of giving it that first assessment, that initial reaction, and it looks pretty clean. It's definitely a high grade copy. Trying to figure out if I see anything noticeable really off the top here. You see anything as I move it back and forth in the light? Little bit of a curling there. You know, obviously a quick press would get that out, but I don't think that's too bad. And then looking at the spine, a little bit of corner softening down there. I see one spine tick right there. It could be color breaking. It's hard to tell. It's right in that blue, so it's pretty tough, but fairly minor. Otherwise, I think the spine looks really nice. Kind of tough in that lighter background here. I'll try and move it in the light so you can see, but it definitely has that little bit of a spine curl. So this is where it's borderline 9.6, 9.8 for me. Pressed out into a 9.8 for sure, but that spine curl, I kind of go back and forth on that. I really should do a video on this Batman 89 that I have that I accidentally sent in the wrong shipment. I had a shipment going out to CGC where I wanted it to be pressed and another one without, and I put the Batman 89 in the one without, and I got a 9.8. And even in the slab, I see the spine curl. So I'm not an expert in that regard, but for me, kind of being a perfectionist and looking at things, I don't like the spine curling, and I don't feel comfortable sending that in as a 9.8 unless I give it at least a quick press. On the back, I think the only thing I notice here is right there, there's a touch of some color rub, possibly right there. Really not too bad. You know, again, if you're going to quick press it because of the spine curl, maybe it gets out that little issue as well. It's just a slight dent next to the spine, next to the staple, excuse me. But for this being a black cover on the back, really sharp copy all the way around. Little bit of an issue there. You know, I'm definitely seeing some things that would prevent this from being a 9.8, but these are all pressable defects. So, you know, if I were to submit this book myself to CGC, I don't know if I would submit it clean as is without the quick press, but after the quick press, I would be comfortable sending it in. If this book is too beat up for your liking, then please don't enter the giveaway. I'm perfectly happy sending this to some Iron Man fans or collectors of Riri. It's pretty sharp otherwise. No impact damage whatsoever. This is not one of those Midtown specials where the corners are all crunched. This is very clean. For me, again, just trying to be fair and honest and transparent. It is not a 9.8 by itself. I think it's a 9.6. I think that's a fair grade. One could argue possibly because of that mild, very tiny bit of color rub right there. And then with the curling, maybe it's a 9.4. Again, that's subjective. I'll leave that up to you. But for me personally, I'm probably assigning a 9.6 with the ability to, I would say, improve it up to a 9.8. There's the bottom. I don't know if I went over the bottom yet. Bottom looks really, really crispy. Corners are sharp. You know, it's one of those where if you catch CGC on a good day, they might say that the book looks so great otherwise, that they would forgive that curl right there. But really, really nice copy. Really great colors. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about it. These are usually graded pretty quickly because there aren't that many defects to really kind of concern or go over. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.6. And if I were grading it and isolating it in my collection and marking it down, I would give that little press indicator in my collection to say this is a pressing candidate for improvement to get it up to a 9.8. Could it be a 9.8 on its own? Certainly depends, but for me, I would probably run it through a little modern quick press and get rid of that spine curl, and then it's a nice, beautiful 9.8 copy. So there you go. What do you think? Maybe that could be your comment in this video as far as what condition you would give it. What grade would you assign it? Do you feel like... I feel like we can all agree it's a pretty high grade copy, but did I miss anything that you saw in the video? Let me know in the comments. But this is the book. This is the exact book that I'll be giving away. Just as a reminder, go ahead and leave that comment down below in this video. And then once I reach 100 subscribers, I will record another video where I go through all of the individual accounts that put the comment on this video. Again, stressing this is the one you want to comment on. And I'll go ahead and randomize it, pick a winner, and send the very specific book that we just graded off to you. So best of luck. Thank you again for subscribing, for watching. Really appreciate it. I love the feedback. I love having the conversations on YouTube and other social media around comic books. I just love it, thoroughly enjoy it, and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Happy collecting, and see you next time.